Hello and welcome back to Bitcoin Dorks, your daily source of news and updates on the cryptocurrency markets. Today, we have some exciting news to share with you regarding Bitcoin's recent price movement. As reported by Decrypt, Bitcoin is edging higher as inflation cools, with more expected in March. As you can see from this graph, Bitcoin has been experiencing a bit of a roller coaster ride in the past few weeks. However, it seems that the price is finally starting to stabilize and even increase. The reason for this is due to inflation cooling down, which is expected to continue in the coming weeks according to a recent report by Decrypt. Bitcoin's price is responding to the decline in inflation expectations. The US 10-year break-even inflation rate, which measures market expectations for inflation, has dropped from a high of 2.5% in mid-March to just below 2.3% at the time of writing. This drop in inflation expectations is great news for Bitcoin as it is considered a hedge against inflation. With inflation expectations dropping, more people are likely to invest in Bitcoin as a way to protect their wealth from the effects of inflation. Inflation has been a major concern for investors in recent months, with many worried about the effects it could have on their portfolios. However, with inflation expectations dropping, we are seeing a shift in investor sentiment towards assets like Bitcoin. Another reason for Bitcoin's recent price movement is the growing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutional investors. According to a recent survey by Fidelity Digital Assets, more than 70% of institutional investors are planning to invest in cryptocurrencies in the future. This is great news for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency markets as a whole, as it shows that institutional investors are recognizing the value of cryptocurrencies as an investment asset. With more institutional investors investing in cryptocurrencies, we can expect to see increased demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the coming weeks and months. So, what can we expect in the coming weeks for Bitcoin? Well, with inflation expectations continuing to cool and more institutional investors investing in cryptocurrencies, we can expect to see continued growth in the cryptocurrency markets. We are very bullish on Bitcoin's future as we believe it has a lot of potential to continue growing in value. With more investors coming into the market, we can expect to see increased demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies, which will drive up their prices. It's important to remember that cryptocurrencies are a highly volatile investment asset and should be approached with caution. However, with the recent developments in the cryptocurrency markets, we believe that Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies have a bright future ahead. Bitcoin is often referred to as digital gold because, like gold, it is considered a hedge against inflation. When inflation rises, the purchasing power of traditional currencies, like the US dollar, decreases. In contrast, Bitcoin's limited supply and decentralized nature make it immune to inflationary pressures. This is why many investors see Bitcoin as a safe haven asset that can protect their wealth from the effects of inflation. Another factor that is contributing to Bitcoin's recent price movement is the growing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutional investors. In the past, cryptocurrencies were seen as a speculative investment that only attracted a small group of retail investors. However, in recent years, we have seen a shift in investor sentiment towards cryptocurrencies, with more institutional investors starting to invest in them. The growing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutional investors is also reflected in the recent surge in demand for Bitcoin exchange-traded funds, ETFs. Bitcoin ETFs are investment vehicles that allow investors to gain exposure to Bitcoin without having to buy and store the cryptocurrency themselves. In recent months, we have seen a surge in demand for Bitcoin ETFs, with several new ETFs being launched in North America and Europe. All of these factors are contributing to the recent price movement of Bitcoin, which has been on a bit of a roller coaster ride in the past few weeks. However, despite the volatility, many analysts remain positive on Bitcoin's future. They believe that the growing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutional investors, combined with the declining inflation expectations, will continue to drive up demand for Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies in the coming months. While Bitcoin's recent price movement is certainly exciting for investors, it's important to remember that the cryptocurrency markets can be unpredictable and that past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. In conclusion, the recent price movement of Bitcoin is due to a combination of factors, including the decline in inflation expectations and the growing adoption of cryptocurrencies by institutional investors. That's it for today's video. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with all the latest news and updates on the cryptocurrency markets.